manufacturer or a team of them will come to Ghana and then do it. But what they'll have the rest of the gadgets they need, the best thing is send it to China.
Thank you so much for that explanation. But then I think my questions, I think I have two questions. The first one is that since the helicopter was acquired from China, isn't it rather prudent, or why didn't they also give the buyers, the buyers, the means to be able to open the black box in case something like this happens? Is it not done, or it's just the protocol?
My dear, it's not done internationally. They will not give you a license to open a black box. You can't open it.
Okay. Well, that being said, what are the specific kinds of data that we should expect to be recorded in this black box?
Every aspect of flying will be recorded.
Okay. So can you please take us through what Ghanaians should expect that after maybe this black box is taken to China, the kind of information we are likely to get?
I can't predict. Let them open it and let them relay information to go to the Ghana Air Force. And if the Minister of Defense decides to make it public, then that's it.
Okay. So there's a likelihood that it will not be made public?
No one knew how the plane was flown.
Okay.
No one knew why it left the height to come and hit something on the ground. I keep saying that there's no tree about 2,000 feet in Ghana. Mm-hmm. So why did it descend to come down and kick something like that?
All right.
So let's be patient and let's get the black box.
Okay. So can you also share your insights on some of the typical challenges that can be faced during the retrieval and then analysis of this black box?
Yeah, you see, if this chopper had come down, let's say in the savannah area or Accra Plain, it's very easy to recover. But I don't know how many of you have spent time in our deep forest. It's difficult. If I wanted to have it, there was even no pathway only to the site until they catch it for vehicles to be able to get there.
Right.
So recovery takes also time. There's no time frame for recovery. It depends on the type of aircraft and the type of accident.
Okay.
Did that fulfill you?
Yes, please. So,
all what we need, I beg of you, let's be patient to find out what happened and end all speculation. This is not the first time that an Air Force has lost its plane, and there's a methodology to set up board of inquiry, and there are experts who will have come in to do it. We need a little patience, and the way things are going with wide speculations and so forth. Patience.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Wing Commander. Before you leave, I have this question. I want to find out what are the standard protocols when incidents like this happens? What are the standard protocols?
Standard protocol. You mean search and rescue protocol, the Air Force?
Yes, please.
And I'm saying this is not the first time. We always have protocols when the plane goes down or what to do. And I think they initiated and they are doing it. I want to identify item 8 one by one. I can do it.
Okay.
That's fine. So, in what ways do you think that the military and the civilians can actually, the agencies can actually collaborate to enhance the effectiveness of the aviation incident investigations?
I will ask a question. Is it possible for the Air Force or the nation to educate every village a protocol about when a crash happens?
Yes.
We live in an area that we don't have the gadget. A plane fell. Villagers went there. There was nobody to advise them whether to call in the police or not. They did what they could.
Exactly.
Even if you decide to draw back, you can't draw the back over forest area. They'll be stuck in a tree. So the best security could do, rescue, is what they did. It took them about 2.5 hours to be able to get to the site, cutting through the forest. So this is a unique type of accident.
Right.
But every time I had that situation, it's been working. Okay. Sorry, I'm not doing PRO for the Air Force, but as the next pilot in the Air Force.
Right. Okay, so this question I'm about to ask, I'm not very sure.
So I think before that, Wing Commander is still on the line, and we just want to take a word. Hello, sir.
The black box have been recovered. let us be patient. It's been sent to the manufacturers. They will decode it.
Okay.
It's not like a handwriting, you open a book and read.
Okay.
They have to decode it and inform the operators what they found.
Okay.
And this may take some days. So we should be patient.
Okay.
Without that, we'll never know what happened to the aircraft.
Okay.
So, sir, please, lastly, before you take your, why is it so necessary that the village, the community are supposed to return anything they actually found on the scene, especially parts of the helicopter? Why is it necessary?
Why is it necessary that what?
Why is it so necessary that the communities need to return anything found on the scene?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
The aircraft fell into the forest, and there was a close by village. They are not air-minded. They are not. They just went and took few parts of the fuselage.
Yeah.
And what I saw on television cannot impede any investigation.
Okay.
Because the main engine will be there, the cockpit will be there. These are the necessary things I will look at.
Okay.
But not just a small paintwork or something. It won't have any effect on investigation.
Okay.
But if it was in an urban area, then the pilot will look for somewhere to have landed, do a forced landing. But in the forest, you cannot land the aircraft on top of trees. You know, the weight and the gravity alone will force it down.
All right.
Am I okay with you?
I think it's going
Okay. So I think, Yara, we're almost done with Wayne. If you have any other questions.
Yeah, so I think I have one last question here. I'm filtering through. So, Wing Commander, I hope you are still on the line, please.
I am okay, my dear.
Right, thank you. So, when Ghana procures an aircraft, how much emphasis is placed on matching them to maybe the local operational needs, such as the terrain, climate, and even mission type?
You are going to buy the airplane. You will decide the type of airplane. You know, it's just like if you take a car. You buy a car. You give the basic car. If you want anything additional, you pay for it and it's inserted.
Yeah.
You get it. But as to if you know you are in a desert region, you won't go and buy an airplane which can, it doesn't happen. You, the operator, will send them your requirement.
Okay.
And if a tailor-made, they may be the same type of aircraft flying at other areas, but in configuration may be different.
Okay. All right.
Did I answer you?
Yes, partly, but I think that explains it. So, lastly, before you tell us what Ghanaians should expect or, to be measured in our expectations, does the year of manufacturing of the equipment, like the helicopter, actually matter in its performance and functionality?
It doesn't really matter. Before an airplane goes to the dispatch area, technicians should have worked on it.
Okay.
Now, you, the pilot, when you go there, you also inspect the aircraft. You inspect outside, you do pre-start checks, you start checks. If there's anything wrong, it will be indicated. Then you scrap that, you don't fly the airplane.
Right. But
it's not like that you just jump on.
Okay.
It must be the satisfaction of the pilot. I don't think it was an aircraft. Let's wait and see what it is.
Okay. But then again on this question, some people may say that, let's say, newer models or newer, maybe more recently manufactured helicopters may have some upgrades that the older ones may not have, which may make the older ones more susceptible.
As you see.
Pardon? Could you come again, please?
Airplanes, as you see, it's not like a vehicle on the ground.
Okay.
We'll fly and we'll do checks according to flying hours. If you have to check item A after 10 hours, you check it.
Okay.
Item B in 30 hours, you check it.
Okay.
Item 450, you check it. So there are standards all the time.
Right.
Now, the engine will have a different lifespan. The fuselage is the body of the aircraft. Also have a different time frame.
Okay.
I hope you understand me.
Yes, please.
So it's not that they'll pull an old plane and the pilot decides to fly. No pilot will take off intending to go and kill himself. Are you with me?
Yes, please.
So these are the way aeroplanes are made. You check them according to flight. For example, the presidential jet is in front. It's there because it's due to check 5, which you don't have the equipment here. So it goes back to the manufacturer for him to check X-ray and things. So this is the way planes are maintained by flying hours.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So before you go, your last words to Ghanaians. I mean, it seems we are impatient, but yes, you keep admonishing us to be patient and hear what will come out. But what would you like to say to Ghanaians in general on this issue?
Thank you so much. Did I answer you?
Yes, please, you did. And I was
I'm
asking...
just saying that we should be patient. We should be patient until the results come to know what happened for the aircraft to lose height and come and crash. No one can say it. No one can predict. The pilots all died. So let's wait for the experts to come back and tell us what has happened to the aircraft.
Right. Thank you so much. This was a very educative conversation with you. We hope to have you in the studio one of these days. Please do have a good day.
I'll be at your pleasure.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. So that was Wing Commander Patrick Nelson Sogbajo, and he has educated us quite extensively on the helicopter crash issue. He is a retired Air Force officer, so you can be guaranteed he knows what he's talking about. Yes, I seem to have forgotten to remind us to send in our comments and our questions to the WhatsApp number displayed onto our screens or to our YouTube or Facebook live stream. Comment. We've learned a lot too.
Amazing revelations coming forth.
Yeah.
So the black box we've been calling for can't even be accessed in Ghana.
I am in shock.
You should go back to China.
Right?
What happens when they are going back and something happens?
Hey, please, man of God, say good things because we cannot afford that to happen to. And we also had the forensics.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the bodies were sent to South Africa to be tested, and then they brought these things. And some people were asking that why couldn't the information be sent via email, that they had to ship is it by flight again back to Ghana? Did you hear anything like that?
Yeah. But is it one thing? When I listened to the Minister for Health, he made it emphatic that people were calling, why not they doing it in Ghana? And he said even if they do it in Ghana, they are supposed to send the results to South Africa for the final findings. That's the reason why they need to send it quickly to South Africa for all this kind of work. That caused that we need a lot of machinery in our country. For example, the health sector, what happens, if we unfortunate incident happen again, are we supposed to go through the same process? So that tells
the amount of money that are also going to be spent.
Exactly. So that tells we need to, as a matter of fact, Yara, put a lot of resources into the country, and things need to work rightly.
Yeah. I really hope that this puts things into perspective, that a lot of the things that we seemingly are focusing on are not necessary. Because even now, we need to go to South Africa to be able to get the forensic findings of what's happened to the bodies and things. And it's like, what does that say about us as a nation? Look at even, I think I heard on the news at a point, probably on radio, that even the Ghana Police Service had acquired some helicopters, I think somewhere in 2021, and up to now they're not fully functional. All these things are raising questions because every nation has a defense, system, the Air Force, Navy, military, all of that. And if our police, like we're always talking about emergency responses and things, and they have helicopters, maybe if their helicopters were functional, maybe they could have been dispatched to go and help or something, or chase with them to find out where they are or something. And then these things could have, I'm not trying to say that it could have been averted, but maybe the outcome could have been slightly different.
So I think you asked Wing Commander a question, and I love the response that came. He said the year of manufacturing does not actually play a major role.
Because we know
in
with cars.
Yes, it's very important. But in helicopter, as he said, it does not really play major role. But Ghanaians are equally talking about it. But one thing he rightly said is we should be patient. So we would all admonish Ghanaians to be patient. Let's wait for the results of this black box retrieving process. So yeah, that's what I would say for now.
Right. Okay, so we have Mr. Stephen Kwashi on the line. He is a finance expert and the CEO of Print Pro Limited. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Yaira.
Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're well.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well by God's grace. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear. So with the updates on the tragedy so far, what are some of the key things you have noted in what the news you are listening to, and what are some of the things that you think would happen in our governance very soon?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think swift actions have been taken. Like, we spoke on Thursday. Yeah. I said one of the major decision or challenging decision the government have to make is to, find a replacement, even though it is difficult to see, but that is the direction we need to take because of the people who are actually involved in the accident. And the next day, we actually saw that the replacements have been done. I have my reservation about the replacement, but that notwithstanding, it means that governance will still continue, and the policies and the implementations that are actually in place will actually be carried on. And that is what we are waiting to see. And mostly it's a sad situation that we've actually witnessed as a country. But I think governance will still move on, and the best of the country will come out.
All right. Okay, Clement has questions.
Okay, Mr. Kwashi, I think the point you made, when you look at the letters released by the Office of the President, they said they are acting for now. So they are yet to permanently have a defense minister and also the environment minister. But away from that, the question is, how do you foresee or how do you observe our democratic values as a country? Because a lot have been said in the public domain where people coming out to comment, of which even the executive clerk has even saying a strong warning about our democratic practice of this country. How do you see this democracy that we are practicing? Are we on the right path after the fallen heroes incident happening?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think our democracy, when you actually look at the sub-region, it has grown so well, and we've seen some fairly stability and peace in our democracy.
Okay.
And it is the kind of democracy we are practicing that, for me personally, I find it challenging, where the legislature has to be part of the executive and all that. But practically, it is working for us, and there is some level of peace and stability in our governance. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. On this, yesterday I was really following you on your socials, and I realized you posted something, especially about Dr. Murtala Muhammad. That's the question. What can we learn from the sacrifices of these fallen heroes, especially Dr. Murtala Muhammad, as you posted yesterday?
Yeah. I've been following Dr. Murtala for a while, because of his public statements against corruption and the zeal he has to fight this corruption. So, I've been following him closely, and the things that he's saying are the things that actually the people of Ghana are looking for. People of Ghana are looking for the fact that the politicians shouldn't be taking government money and be spending it anyhow. So he is bringing down moral compass on board and telling all politicians that when you die on the day of judgment, God will actually cause you to account for every money that you've taken from the public. And it just shows the kind of person he is. His form of is a servant leadership, and that is what he's doing for the country. That is why I love him, and up to now, I cannot really come to terms with his death and the things he actually had in line to, push the country forward. When you look at the environment, he recently launched a one child, one tree policy. That policy, it shows you that this is a person who is thinking about the next generation. He's thinking about what the future will be for us who are yet to come, 50 years to come. He's not just thinking about himself. I listened to one of his interviews. He was saying that the first time he became an MP, he was still living in a chamber and hall without security. He was driving, himself to office. And, during the Remembrance Day, I listened to the chief director. She said that this man comes to work latest by 6:30.
Exactly.
At most, 7:30 is in the office. It shows the kind of people we've actually lost in this tragic incident. And I want their memories should be preserved. And people who know them so well, they should come out and tell their stories so that their story will keep inspiring the next generation of leaders who are going to actually hold, political or government office in this country.
Okay. Before you leave, what is the way forward for Ghanaians, for Ghana? What should this sudden tragedy tell us? What should we do? Because I remember the vice president during his speech at the incident, that is the State House, that was on Saturday, about the reflection. She raised a call that Ghanaians should come together in unity and harmony and all this. Do you think that the 8 fallen heroes is saying something to Ghana in terms of our development and our love for the country?
Yes, it says so many things, but for me, I would like to focus on what actually caused what we were about to do before they actually met their untimely death.
Exactly.
These people were on a flight to fight Galamsey.
Sure.
And that should be the center of the conversation for all of us.
Okay.
And it should be something that will be a turnaround for the nation. This is not the first time somebody has died in this manner, this tragic manner. It has happened before in the past to a military person. And this time it has happened to, state ministers together with the military personnel. This should actually touch something in our mind as a nation, that we need to go full force on the fight against Galamsey, because it is a fight that is going to actually hold these people their memory. That will say that, okay, when these people died, this is the turning point the country took to actually fight this menace. And one of the things that I want to say about Dr. Omane, because I've been reading about them for some time now. Okay. He actually said something which all of us, we need to actually think about. He said that in this recruitment of army officers, he said that some people who actually went to the training were not qualified. Their eligibility criteria, they didn't meet them. That is about 46%. You have 46% of your army or military officers not being eligible. That is a big issue. And, there are a lot of dots you can connect. Yeah. Because these are decision makers at the Ghana Armed Forces side. And it will actually affect so many things that is happening. So this death or this tragic incident should actually cause government to have an overall oversight on how we go about our. Okay. Else, you put people who are not qualified into important positions, and their decisions may actually cause the death of a lot of people. I'm not trying to suggest that it is about that, like the Mr. Soboyo said. You actually wait for the report. Okay. But these are things that we need to look at as a country, so that when we remember this, make sure that the errors and the wrongs will not repeat in our country.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, so we have a few comments here. Joseph Agbeve says, great show. I am enjoying it, and the explanations are very deep. And then we also got a comment here. I'm not very sure I want to read it, but it's basically leading into my question about honoring the fallen, because this comment here is talking about the fact that 16 kids also lost their lives just around the same time, or I think shortly before the 8 also lost their lives. And I want to ask, how exactly should we honor the fallen in a way that does not sideline others? Because it's like, okay, because we have public officials, losing their lives, it's making more waves than the fact that 16 children were killed in a tragic, I think, car accident, right? And so, there are lots of comments on social media around, and even there's one here, like I said, that seems to not exactly be happy with the way the media is also solely talking about this fallen 8 and sidelining all the others. How do we honor these people who have lost their lives tragically without sidelining anybody?
So I think, as a society, we cannot celebrate everybody equally. And when we put these people forward as honoring them, we do so in honoring all other people who have also lost their lives in tragic incidents. So it is not just about them, but you are just putting, let's say, the main people. So that when we are remembering them, you will also remember all past souls or all past people who have been lost in tragic incidents. I've seen the accidents of the young people. You know that they are not too known, but public officials have made statements about that. So the whole issue is that we cannot celebrate them equally as this fallen 8. But when we do celebrate this fallen 8, we go back to remember all fallen souls, and that way everybody will be covered in this case.
So do you think that there can be a way the way we honor them would indicate that it's not solely for the people we mention, but also all else? Because even at the state memorials and the burials, there isn't much about the 16 others, is there?
I think the president said it in his speech.
He mentioned them. But, something like maybe a small image, indicating that, oh, yes, we are also honoring the lives of these 16 children, and then our condolences are with their families, something like that, so that not only is it in words, but in action. Is there a way you think we can do something like that?
Yeah, I think there are limitations to this thing. In fact, even the 8 that we are actually honoring or remembering, you realize that the focus is just on 2 or 3 people, not even all the 8. It's because they were caught together in the accident. That's why all their pictures are there. But if you really look at the conversation, you realize that the focus is on just 2 or 3 people among the 8. So it's actually unfortunate. You are going to have, accidents and all that. And we cannot actually bring all accident victims, their pictures and all that, to honor. But we can use people as points of, contact that, okay, this fallen 8, we are using you to remember all fallen souls who have, died due to accidents or road accidents, flight accidents, and all that. So that when we do so, we equally remember all of them.
Briefly, before we end the show, what would you also like to tell Ghanaians with regards to this tragedy and honoring the people, governance, everything?
Yeah, I would like to say, in fact, today is International Youth Day. I don't know if we are aware because of what is happening in our country. Today is International Youth Day, and I want to encourage all youth to become agents of change and development, and not become agents of galamsey and destruction of our environment.
Thank you so much. And we hope to see you again in the studios one of these days. Do have a good day. All right.
Today is International Youth Day. So I also want to wish all the youth that let's keep up whatever we are doing. Let's ignite the spirit of our forefathers and fight hard for the country. But before we go, exactly. And Dr. Murtala Muhammad once said that when the game is over, we shall all return home. This is one of his write-up. And people are asking whether he knew. But that is all I want to say.
I mean, we all need to be mindful of the fact that just as life exists, death also exists. And just as the show began, it will also end. And this brings us to the end of the Koko Digest Morning Show. And I'm Yayora Awuno. My co-host here is
Clement Yabankwe.
And thank you so much for doing this with me. Thank you also for your time. And thank you all for contributing to the show. We'll see you bright and early on Thursday morning. Do have an amazing week ahead.